Okay. Hold on. All right.
Think of someone that was a first-round draft pick in 1999. In the high school, he's a high school star, high school athlete. He's very popular. Parents were athletes, and then graduated high school and became the first-round draft pick at the age of 7 or 18. Went on to the major leagues and got tied up or lost in the haze of drugs and alcohol, and went for years without even picking up a baseball bat. Well, this person I'm talking about goes by the name of Josh Hamilton, and the reason he inspires me is because as a young athlete, got tied up in the haze and the haste of alcohol and drugs, and he bounced back to now he's on the right track to be a Hall of Fame baseball player. Josh Hamilton was born on May 21st, 1981 in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina. He grew up in a house or a family that was many athletes. His father, Tony Hamilton, was also a well-known baseball player. While in high school, he was a football, baseball, basketball, soccer athlete and an amazing all-star. He had a one-of-a-kind generation talent from just being a natural athlete. Josh joined him down while in high school to be perfectionist in baseball. Every day afternoon, his dad and Josh would go outside and do hours and hours of batting practice. While in high school, he became the major star. Then in high school, he batted a .529 batting average, and that's very unheard of for a high school athlete. In 25 games, he hit 13 home runs, stole 20 bases, and hit 35 RBIs. How could a team go wrong drafting a person of this natural talent? Well, in 1999, Josh Hamilton was drafted in the first round. He was the very first pick by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. He spent a year, 2 years in the minor leagues. At the age of 20, he finally made it to the big leagues. At the age of 20, he finally became separated from his parents. So you got to think, a 20-year-old that's made a millionaire at the age of 20 years old, makes lots of money, he's got lots of friends. However, he don't have his parents there to watch after him. Because of that, Josh fell into hanging out with a group of friends that weren't bad guys. However, they did bad things, and those bad things were drugs. In 2003, Josh failed his first drug test with Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball put him on 12-month suspension and told him he had to go to counseling, so they sent him to the Betty Ford Clinic. The Betty Ford Clinic diagnosed Josh with the reason he fell into drugs was because he was severed from his parents, and he had such close ties and close relationship with his parents and family that drove him into dealing drugs. That made Josh very angry, so Josh walked out of the Betty Ford Clinic. Josh made it back to the Major League Baseball, failed another drug test in 2004. Major League Baseball kicked him out of baseball. Because of that, Josh became a junkie. He became one of those who went from on top of the world to down in the valley. He was broke, living on the streets. And in October 2006, Josh vowed to give up drugs. He vowed to give up drugs and alcohol and began working for college teams, cleaning up bathrooms and stuff like that. And one afternoon, he asked one of the pitchers out there, could he throw a baseball? And the pitchers laughed at him, not knowing who he was and his background, laughed at him and said, yeah, sure. Well, he said, well, if you don't mind, clock me because I'm about to pitch it. And they laughed at him and they clocked him at 95 miles an hour. Because of this got Josh started back in baseball. He once again found his game, and because he rediscovered his game, it rediscovered him, and he bounced back and made his way back into the major leagues. Josh stayed clean for 8 months, proved to the major leagues that he was clean and that he could no longer live the lifestyle of drugs and all that, and he wanted to take a chance. Major League Baseball, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays held his contract and said, we'll give you another chance. Gave him another chance. He made it back into the major leagues. Back into the major leagues, it took Josh 1.5 years to play for. He now plays for the Texas Rangers, and his story is a well-renowned story that's probably made into a movie. Once back into the big leagues, Josh is batted back, and he bats .359 in the major leagues and is one of the leading hitters for the Texas Rangers. And just this year, he's hit 32 home runs in just a short amount of time. Josh also goes around and speaks to different groups about how to fight the battle of drug addiction. And what inspires me most about Josh is he doesn't leave until every single question is answered. Every single one in the audience, as I ask a question, he answers it. He doesn't leave. He says he doesn't care If it takes 4 hours, 5 hours, or 6 hours, he's going to answer every single question. So in conclusion, what inspired me most about Josh is you had this young kid who had a once-in-a-lifetime generation athlete talent, who was on top of the world, fell to the valley, and once again fought back. And it just goes to show, even though you do fall into drugs and alcohol addiction, you can fight back if you set your mind to it. Thank you.